Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chris from my channel, ChrisP44S, a channel mostly made up of tutorial and review style videos. Recently, I have also been doing a Let's Play segment where me and a couple friends of mine are playing Remnant from the Ashes, and I'm streaming it directly to YouTube, so then the video is processed and uploaded there for anybody to watch at a later time. I'm curious if anybody would like to or prefer me to stream to Twitch and watch me there. Just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll do that because I do have a Twitch account. I just don't use it that much, but I would kind of like to. So for this video, because I made a firearm and traps based character, I picked the technical archetype. I was kind of curious about how traps worked, basically how to get them, how to craft them, and how to use them. So in this video, that's what I'm going to show you how to do. And the easiest place to do that in-game is at the traveling camps. Not the easiest place to acquire them or craft them, but the easiest place for me to show you. Just because it's a little less busy than a lot of the other areas. And it has this nice kind of ambient sound going on. So the easiest way to get traps is actually just to come over to the merchant. Any merchant will do, I think aside from a blacksmith. But like the general goods merchant. So basically you're just going to talk to them. You can scroll over to the consumables, and pretty much anything that says alchemical is going to be a trap. I know this is kind of confusing because all of these alchemical mixes have a potion next to them. But if you read the description box, this one says, set a poisoned alchemical mix which explodes when an enemy comes close, dealing elemental damage to all enemies within range. So then it has an area of effect, 3 meters, dose applied, 11 seconds, life loss 50 points over or per second. This is the same one, it just is a straight, basically explosion, which uses a magic damage instead of poison. Same thing, has an area of effect, magic damage, and stun amount. So these are all traps, and so the easiest way to do it, and if you have enough gold, is to just buy all the traps that you want. Or at the same merchant, if you choose to, you could go to ingredients, and this takes like a little bit of going back and forth because you have to go and look at what ingredients you actually need. But most of these, I know the nightshade berries, but a lot of these ingredients will, if you buy them or have them in your inventory and you go to a crafting bench, should show up and help you to craft the traps and or potions if you want. But because we're talking about traps, we'll just keep it strictly traps. So that's the easiest way, is just to buy them from the merchant. The second way is to craft them at your workbench. So here at the workbench menu, you can scroll over to consumables, and you can see the same list. We have the stasis mix, the poison mix, the magic, and the elemental. So the only problem with this is that we need to have the science talent tree at level 2. So that's usually kind of an issue for people. My character is level 6 right now. I think you get your 3rd talent point at level 9. And because we're doing a video on it, I will, if you want to create traps right now and you don't have the points, as long as you're past level 5, I believe, you can go in and respect your character. So I just clicked on my inventory, and I'm going to scroll over to character development. Then I'm going to tab over using R2 to talents, and this shows us that here is our science tree. I have 1 point, but I need 2 to be able to craft bullets and alchemical preparations. So at level 5, I was given a memory crystal, and down at the bottom portion of my screen, you can see reset skills using memory crystal. So this is if you want to craft traps like ASAP, and maybe you put a point on intuition or craftsmanship or just something else, and you're like, well, because I'm going with a trap build, I'd rather just do it. So for the sake of this video, I am going to reset all my skills, which I just did by hitting square. Now I will pick technical, which is the one that I picked previously. And now I'm going to put 2 points into science, the 2 available points that I have. And then respecking doesn't, you don't lose any progression. So you can see even in my attributes, tree, I still have the 2 points that I had before, and in my skills tree, I have the 6 that I had previously. So everything's pretty much fine and dandy. This is basically like, if you, like I said, if you wanted to craft them right now, and or like you could just wait, because like I get my next one at level 9. So obviously all these talents come in handy at some point in the game. I did notice the science one was pretty cool, because like science level 1 allows you to destroy weak walls, and that was pretty dope because I had a mission earlier where I destroyed a weak wall. Anyway, back to traps. So I put my 2 points on science, and so level 2 allows you to craft bullets and alchemical preparations. So I'm going to hit circle, go back into the workbench, scroll over to consumables, and as you can see, I don't actually have any of the ingredients that I need. So why don't we, just for the sake of this video, we're going, oops, missing components. So I'm just going to run back to the merchant here. And I'll take some more dragon blood resin. So I'll come back here to the workbench. And I will go to the consumables. And then as you can see, a lot of these now I have all the ingredients that I need. You can see in the top right portion of the text box it says owned. So like these elemental damage, I own 6 already. I don't own any magic. So let's just craft, we'll craft 3 of those. We'll craft an extra poison. Oops. We'll craft an extra poison. And that looks like all we need for right now. We have 6 elemental traps, 3 magic, 2 poison, and 3 stasis. So that's how you craft. Like I said, if you don't have the points on science, you will need those. You'll also need ingredients that you can buy at the merchant. Ingredients can also be found out in the world, like some of the bushes. If you kind of run through them, an icon will show up that allows you to loot bushes, and you can get them that way. Some of the ingredients you can get off killing beasts in the environment. And gathering ingredients and building your talent tree will allow you to craft the traps using the workbench. So now we'll go over and find some enemies, and I'll show you how to use them. Now I'm going to show you guys how to use traps. This is actually pretty easy. So all you really have to do is on the PS4 hit L1 or whatever button triggers your battle pause. And then you can see I have under techniques. I'm under the techniques on the bottom portion of my screen. And so I have a quick spot to equip a set elemental trap by using R2 and square. And then so these ones don't have hotkeys, and if I wanted to bind them for the PS4, I would hit square or whatever your respectable bind button is. So I'm going to assign my magic trap to right D-pad. I'm going to set my poison trap to the down arrow on the D-pad. And now I will run into battle and try to use some traps. So first I will try so I just dropped the elemental trap right there. Nice. Let's try dropping one in here. There's one here in this group. Okay. No one's going over. Try to drop one there. Somebody should trigger that one. Nice. So we just got a big hit with that. We'll try I think that's the poison trap. Okay, that really didn't work. Okay, so the one nice thing too is you can always, if somebody doesn't trigger, you can always just pick up your traps. And then I'll loot these bodies for ingredients. So just for fun, let's try to use some of those other traps we didn't. We're going to use the right arrow and the left down arrow. I think those were poison and... shoot them for good measure. And then all we have to do is walk in. So that was the poison trap. And then we have our other trap right up there. I have a lot of these guys aggroed right now. It's kind of hard to actually get these guys in the traps, huh? Yeah, that was a good one. So as you can see, it's probably going to take a little bit of trial and error when you're placing your traps to know like when the best time to actually do it is. I think on mobs it's probably okay, and you can get away with them not hitting, but like if you were fighting a area boss or something, or a boss in the main story quest line, yeah, you might want to have it down so that you're going to be getting those hits with those traps and not having to dismantle them and pick them back up. And so that's the easiest way, is like I said, just to go into the tactical pause, go into your techniques, and then you can just bind your traps from there. And that's how you use and acquire traps. So I hope this video helped you out, guys. I'm going to be making more GreedFall tutorial videos. Whenever I have an issue or a problem with anything, I usually try to make a video and figure it out and post it up, because I assume somebody else will have the same issue. If you guys have any questions that you want me to answer, post them down in the comment section below. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.